Saint Daniel of the parking lot, help me find a parking spot. Is or is you not Saint Daniel of the parking lot? There has been a surprising number of visitors to our fair, small, but lively city here on the coast of Florida, the west coast, northwest coast. And because of that, there has been a more brisk than usual petition request stream coming to St. Daniel. There is one person in particular need right now, investing time and effort to take care of their pet. In fact, it's to get the proper dietary requirement and medicine at the vet clinic where everybody and their brother are parked because their pets also need attention. For pet lovers everywhere, this person, most especially, you will find your parking spot. Welcome, everyone, to the Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints. I have many things to tell you, but of course, we need to open this with our processional hymn. Oh yes, I forgot. One day, I would love to have a bigger room, perhaps a small banquet hall, or better yet, a renovated house of worship where there can be a procession, because we already have the processional hymn, which is not necessarily a hymn. Though that doesn't mean it's a her either. My joke made me forget how to play the song, the processional. I walk with spirits that guide my hand as we get near it, the promised land. My brothers, my sister, we are not alone. I walk with spirits, they take me home. I walk with spirits. They have my ear. They speak, I hear it. The message clear. Don't cry for family. Don't cry for self. There's a world we know, yeah. There's something else. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I walk with spirits. You do too. I would not lie to you. Not on purpose, anyway. I didn't know I was lying. Somebody told me once. But I'm gonna guarantee to you, if I ever lie, which I don't think I will, but if I ever do, I will know that I lied. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Someone said to me one time, if you do not know you're the problem, then there is no solution. We're going to start things off because there was so much good response last week from St. Daniel's appearance, apparently, and the subsequent sermon, that although I cannot do St. Daniel justice in the recitation of said sermon, I can still read it. And I will not vary from the script because, once again, my remarks regarding St. Daniel of the Parking Lot, the Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints, the saint in question, my discussion of the relative worth of his sibling, Joe Fingers. I am required now to say this is an episode featuring me, the not quite right Reverend Joseph Fingersmith, featuring me in an episode that is basically a church service, but I also have to tell you that it is brought to you on this YouTube channel, which is called The Real Joe Fingers Show. And I am supposed to say that the entire subscription of 43 members so far, though you can subscribe, and we ask that you subscribe right now, though I take credit for the 43 subscribers, there has been no way to know if I am the one who brought them there. Or St. Daniel, excuse me, my ego's in the way. Put it in the trunk, put it in the trunk, put it in the trunk, put it in the trunk. Reclaim your funk, put your ego in the trunk. So take my ego away. Whether or not St. Daniel has brought the majority of the 43 subscribers, or whether it's been the, may I say piddly? Probably not. But the real Joe Fingers Show. So please, when you subscribe, or if you already subscribed, please like this episode. Please put a comment. And if you so choose to say you're the reason, St. Daniel, that I am subscribing to this channel, then so be it. If you please state that, so be it. Yes, well, if you do it, it's a so be it thing. But if you don't mention it, I will not have any evidence to contradict the real Joe Fingers. And whatever real means to you, R-E-A-L, believe me, Joe Fingers to me is very real, especially when he is taking umbrage, I think that's correct, taking umbrage with my claims or proclamations or statements regarding what I have learned about his life with St. Daniel. So if you're here because of St. Daniel, let the real Joe Fingers know. And if you're so inclined, this church does not take any money, but if you're so inclined to make a donation to the YouTube channel, that goes to Joe Fingers, please make that donation via PayPal. I think it's PayPal/JFingers. I'm not too sure. I don't pay attention to it too much. But this is an appeal so we can stay on the air. Just put in the comment section of the PayPal, you did this for St. Daniel. Whatever it is, $1, whatever the minimum is, you can give to PayPal. Give it to him, and then make St. Daniel look good and allow him to continue with this fine studio, this great video and audio equipment, and the classiest sound man in the world. Afterlife Studios, one and only Sean Williams. So that plug is absolutely sincere. The other plug is please do it so we can stay on the air. That's my request. So where am I now? Oh yeah, the sermon. I found another sermon. I guess St. Daniel was not inclined to read it. And I'm going to read it in my voice so you know. I felt, to defend myself, I felt something was happening. And I felt the urge to proclaim my allegiance, fidelity to St. Daniel of the parking lot, that I swore he was there. And he was there, except he had not really taken over my voice. It's not really a lie. I just did not specifically state what was happening. Okay. Here we go. Letter 2, to whom it may concern, from St. Daniel of the parking lot. From now on, I'm just going to make this sound a little bit more religious. The second letter from St. Daniel of the parking lot to the parking lot saints. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a one-trick pony. Help me find a parking spot. I can also do it with keys, wallet, glasses, sunglasses, but it's basically the same thing. Moving space and time to provide for your every trivial desire. Usually something you miss when it's not immediately available, but otherwise you take for granted and could give one shit. As long as the keys are in the ignition, your wallet's in your pocket, sunglasses shading your eyes, and you're parked 10 steps from your vehicle to the entrance of the dollar store. That's all you care about, and that's all I can give you. Oh, Jesus forgot with whom I'm corresponding. So I guess I should add, though I didn't intend for this to happen, it looks like I provided you, Reverend, not quite right, with a bully pulpit for preaching my good news to your entire 43 max member congregation. Allow you to perhaps capture their attention and fire their imagination and focus their ambition on one thing. S.P. Lot. Or perhaps not. Lead a horse to water, but go ahead, try to make them drink, that kind of thing. Till next time you see me in your dreams, S.P. Lot. St. Daniel of the parking lot. Help me find a parking spot. Is he or is he not St. Daniel of the parking lot? That's a question, people. Is he to you, not to him? Is he or is he not St. Daniel of the parking lot? I proclaim that he is St. Daniel. I proclaim that despite his brother's mediocre efforts to prosper financially from his association with his sainted brother, that will not wait a minute. Happen. Yeah. Hello. Joe, where are you, Joe? Oh man, I got work to do. Damn. I got stuff to do. Jesus. Hello. Parking lots. Let me come down here. Damn. I tell you what. Somebody. Oh, Jesus. Somebody ought to tell Fingersmith to take an aspirin or something. I mean, something, you know. I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like you might be a little, I don't know. Joe, where's my brother and Joe? Where's he at? I feel like you might be surprised to see me again. And I really didn't want the big guy up there, you know. I mean, I'm feeling a little bit better now. The big guy, I think he's helping this body unstiffen a little bit. Yeah. It's Fingersmith and Irishman too, because, you know, I think he has Irish arthritis. Because I'm St. Daniel Patrick, is my middle name. St. Daniel of the parking lot. Help me find a parking spot. Before I really got sick, I had Irish arthritis. That was my only problem. You know what Irish arthritis is? That's where every joint in your body gets stiff except for one. And as far as anybody else was concerned in my family, especially my wife, that wasn't a problem. I learned to live with it. Well, y'all, I'm telling you that I just need to say now I know what that Beatles song was all about. She came in through the bathroom window. I know what that is all about now, because that's what I feel like I'm doing here. I went through the bathroom window just to get here and sit down here and to talk to you about a couple of things. I feel, you know, my brother could be a son of a bitch. You know what I mean? It's like, but he wasn't all that bad. He did stand up to the emergency room nurse, and when he picked me up from dialysis, except on the weekends, because he worked on the weekends, and he'd have a friend, a so-called friend of his, pick me up from dialysis. And and we talk about stuff, and it's mostly about my brother, because he seemed to have the same kinds of feelings about Joe Fingers. He seemed to feel the same way Fingersmith feels about him. And one Saturday, coming back from dialysis, I said, "Really, you don't sound like you like my brother very much." I'm sorry about this moving around, but I get antsy, and every time I'm in a body, I think, even though it's not really in bad shape, I think just me being in it will make things a little bit worse, if you know what I'm saying. And even if you don't, in fact, that guy, I'm not going to say his name, because he's got this perverse interest in things that my brother does, and he might be watching. And I'm in enough trouble upstairs with this fight going on amongst the Reverend and my brother, that and the foul language being used in church, that and it's across the board. I'm not just talking about God, I'm talking about, the other names too. I mean, they're all up there. Yahweh, Allah, all those Hindu gods, they're all over the place. And this has really gained their attention. It's too bad. I mean, this is Afterlife Studios, and it's really too bad the Afterlife can't subscribe. You'd have like trillions of subscribers. There's a lot of people up there. And, well, they were people, I guess, like me, Until they're back in a body, they're not a person, I guess. But it's too bad they can't inhabit every body in the world, all the billions of people who have access or will get access to the internet. They could press the button, subscribe, And if everybody just kind of like gave $1 to my brother, it would shut him the fuck up. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean this. It's the body doing the talking. That's how my body talks. And somebody a long time ago wanted to hear my body talk, and it's not my body, but it's talking. And so the thing is, that's what this is about. Because I got to tell you the one good thing my brother did, even because that guy was nice, and he had to admit he didn't really agree with things that my brother did, and he really liked hearing me talk about what an asshole, what an asshole my brother was, and how, and he didn't let me do anything, and he never gave me the medicine early, and he let me suffer when, 2 days into the patch, the fentanyl patch, and I didn't see what was wrong to give me it like a day early, because I stopped, you couldn't feel a goddamn thing, and I thought I was more likely to die from pain than an overdose, and I know now that I was wrong, but I didn't know it then. And I'm thinking I was mad too, because I kept smoking cigarettes because it's my only goddamn vice left for me, and I couldn't drink anymore, and I couldn't walk, and I couldn't get out and do stuff, and couldn't do only the drugs that they gave me. Couldn't do drugs anymore, and by God, I wasn't going to quit smoking even if I burned up everything in the house. But it's my right, God damn it. I know I'm taking God's name in vain, but where I'm coming from, it's maybe not in vain. Maybe it's not a vain attempt. Maybe, God don't mean business if I keep saying it long enough, get tired of hearing me anyway. And but the one thing that guy would never do, he always had to leave. And I felt so bad about him having to do things. I always gave him $20. And my brother, when he picked me up, we'd stop by McDonald's and he'd buy a large coffee with ice and cream in it for me, and he'd have a large black coffee, and then he'd take me to the house, and we're sitting in this big green '98 Lincoln Town car, and he tell me do you want to come in the house or do you want to stay? And it was a day like it was a winter day, and winter day in Florida means it's about 68, 72 degrees outside, just perfect. And though I didn't want the chilly wind because, at that time everything was cold, I was shivering all the time. But if you rolled up the windows and I could sit in the car and the sun would beat through the windshield and it would warm my bones, and all the other joints in my body would loosen up and I'd feel good, and I'd drink the coffee and I'd look up into the sky with the half of a good eye that I still had, and it would be the best time in the world for me. And I'd say, I forgive you, Joe. I forgive you, Joe Fingers. You're an asshole, but you can't help it. And I wish that would happen. It's like, in my life, every day was a war. But in that car, sitting in the sun, I didn't have to fight no more. My reprieve finally feeling peace is what I need. We all need some relief, even asshole like my brother. He can't help him. His life always been a pile of shit. I don't know. I tried. I went back to church. I talked to the priest. I really tried my best not to cuss so much, and tried my best to make it up to my babies, my girls. And I just wish that other people would oh man. Oh no. Oh, I feel strangely familiar in this weirdness. Something has happened and I'm afraid, or maybe not afraid. Because didn't I always say, not always, but didn't I say at the beginning of this, I think we're still having a YouTube moment here. Did not I say I should be honored for St. Daniel to come here via my package? I mean, my entire package. I'm not talking about, heaven knows I can't talk about that. But I have the feeling, though, that he's been here again. So I need to practice gratitude that he's come. I need to also understand that this might be an occurrence from time to time. And I just need to know in my prayer, via my prayer life, what I can do to minimize that, because this is not pleasurable for me, knowing that I can be invaded at any time. It may be what I have to endure in order to carry the message. And I will do it. I will do it, but I am very tired and I feel I need to rest. But I want to remind you, in order to placate, well, first of all, let's put first things first. In order to prove that the Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints is a valid benefit to the studio run by that dastardly, selfishly motivated, well, it's selfishly inspired, no good Nick. I like that from that no good Nick Joe Fingers. Please subscribe and tell Joe Fingers you subscribed because of St. Daniel, or perhaps not quite right, Reverend Joseph Fingersmith. Then make a comment. Well, you would have if you told him that. Push like, ring the bell. We'll talk about it later after I get some rest. Daniel, please find a parking spot for me. I got all these more time from Joe Fingers, please. Please, Daniel, please. He's your brother, let him give me some peace. I know it's not as trivial as my keys, but really, it's not a big deal. Please, Daniel, please, find a parking spot for me. I'm with it, but I got my knees. Oh, please, Daniel, please. Please, Daniel, please. Daniel, please. St. Daniel of the parking lot, help me find a parking spot. Is you is or is you not St. Daniel of the parking lot? Hmm?